Hello everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel that's documenting the construction and progress of the Lake Erie and North Shore Railroad, and this is episode 50. Okay, 50, big milestone for us, and today we're going to talk about how and demonstrate how to plant trees on your layout. So we're going to take you through different sort of techniques of planting, how to make the trees look realistic, and how you would group them in a natural setting. We'll take you through how to do some ground cover, all that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty exciting episode. I had a lot of fun doing this one, and we're going to continue on laying more trees in future episodes, but this one was getting a little bit long, so I thought I'd cut it off, and so you guys can do it along with me. And thank you very much for all your support. Please support the channel through liking and subscribing to the channel. And without further ado, episode 50, we've got to have some railroad soul.
Across the prairies to the sea, they laid the iron for the rails and we ride. They shared their lives, their hearts, and their pride. They had railway soul.
Okay, hello, welcome back. So today we are going to take these trees and we are going to plant them in this area here. Okay, and just going to show you the tools you're going to need, and then we'll get started. So the first thing is you need some trees. So we've made some trees. I've also got some of these old twigs, so we're going to use those for some ground cover. And we've got some foliage that we're going to use, all different kinds, just stuff that was garbage basically, and I just kept it. And then we've got a bunch of trees that we've made here, all different kinds. And then we're going to need a drill, and we're going to need some glue. I'm using this hot glue because I think it works better. And we're going to use some, we're going to need a drill, and I'll show you how to line up the drill and the drill bits. Now, the reason we need a drill is that this stuff is way harder than you think. So I've tried to poke it with an ice pick and do all kinds of things, but I think the drill seems to work the best when you're planting trees. Okay, so I'm just gonna reposition the camera, and then we'll show you how to line up your drill bits for the trees. Okay, so I've got a variety of different size drill bits here, and what we're gonna do now, you'll see how the end of the tree, most of these trees have a knob on the end. Now the ones that you make from scratch may not have that you may have put a nail in there or not. That's fine. But what we try to do is line up the drill bit to the width, to the diameter of that little poke, that little stake coming out, a little pokey thing. And then this one, that's the one. Now, if that, you'll see here, it's about that long. Now, if that doesn't hold the tree, then we may have to actually drill a hole as big as the stump and sink a bit of that stump in. And then over here, you'll see these ones a little bit smaller thing on the end, so we're going to use a smaller drill bit. So we just line the end up, make sure that it's going to be big enough, put that in, and we'll drill the holes. We'll sink the trees in with some hot glue. That should hold them. Now if it doesn't, okay, and they start wobbling too much, we may have to actually sink some of the trunks in a bit. But we'll go back and we'll try these out and we'll see how things go. So hang in there. I'm gonna reposition the camera. I'm gonna get a few drill bits lined up for some trees over there, and then I always like to use a Sharpie and just mark, dot where we're gonna put the trees in before we drill, just so that we can get an idea of sizing. So how much space each tree is going to take and how close you can get another tree to it. Okay, so let's get planting some trees. Okay, so this will be the first hole we drill, and I'm just going to put a fairly large tree in first. And so what we're going to do is just take the glue gun. I'm going to drop a little bit of glue, a little bit of hot glue in there. Stick the tree in. Now, I want it about like that. And you want to make sure that you've got fairly straight. Okay, now when you're figuring out sort of how to put trees in, remember some rules of nature. Usually when we have one species of tree, we have more than one sort of group together, and then there'll be other trees in between. I think I'm gonna put that one something like that. So I'm gonna mark that with my Sharpie. There we go. Now I'm gonna drill this hole. Oh, sorry. Just changed that bit and I didn't tighten the chuck enough. There we go, right there. Okay, that's done. Again, we'll put in some glue. And don't worry, get a bit too much glue in there because we're going to be covering that with some ground cover. Yeah, I'm just going to churn this a little bit. Okay, so we got 2 trees in there. Put that there. Now I'm going to put another tree kind of the same species right about here. Put a substantial amount of that wet glue there, or that hot glue. Get rid of some of the cobwebbies. I'm going to put this one in. Okay. Let's get rid of some of these cobwebs. That's one thing about hot glue, you got to deal with those cobwebs. I'm going to put one more of these in right now. I'm going to put one right over here. Try to get those cobwebs out of the way. Sorry about the webs. Just gonna put a little one in here. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to just change this drill bit. And make it a bit smaller. I'm going to put in some pine trees now. So I'm going to try. I think one right there would work. Yeah, I'm gonna try and put one right here. Just trying different trees in different spots. I think right there, I think we'll go with one. Another pine tree. And you can touch those up a bit as they dry. Just remember, not all trees are straight. Okay, very good. Getting there. Yeah. Let me get one. Right in the back there. Now, this might be a bit of a challenge with the drill, but I'm going to bring that bit out as far as I can. Get in there. And this time I'm just going to put the glue on the tree. And then I'll stick it in there. This is just a little one. Okay, so we're getting them in pretty tight in there, you can see. Because that's kind of how trees would be growing in this area. And that's why you also see that you need a lot of trees. Okay, let me put a... Let's see how that looks. That's a big one. There. I actually like that one there, so I'm gonna put that one in there. Just remember, nothing's in stone. If you don't like it, you can change it. Again, and this time I'm just going to put the glue on the tree. I'm going to try and slide this in here. And try to get it so that it's all right. Looks really good. Get a bit of a lean on that. Okay, so our trees are starting to come together. Now, before we get too far along, I'm going to now start putting some of this. Start putting some of these twigs in, fallen branches, things. So I'm just breaking some twigs off. I'm just going to set them in there. And you'll be amazed at how much of this stuff, if you go out and look in the bush, you'll be amazed at how much of this stuff actually is there lying around. Okay, so once I sort of get it, so you can see it a little bit there, I'll just zoom in a little bit. So you can see how I'm just putting some twigs down there. Now I'm just gonna lace a little bit of, just gonna touch a little bit of this glue to it and put it in place. Now that I know that I like how it looks. So you can see I'm just using the glue gun. Putting some glue, couple spots. Now I'm just going to take this, set it in there. Now, I might actually just take some glue and put it right on there. Because we can, even though we have a little bit of glue showing, we can cover that up pretty quickly. Just going to get a pair of tweezers. And I'm going to take some of the foliage. Just set that in there. That's I'm going to slide another piece in right there. And glue that there. Here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, so I'm going to just change the angle a little bit here. So I've just put this fallen log in here, and I'm just now going to put a little bit more foliage on that. And you can see, if I zoom in, we got a good three-dimensional look on that. Okay, excellent. Now the other thing that we see is little trees starting to sprout beside the big trees. I'm just looking for some foliage. In fact, this foliage came with the actual tree kits. So I'm going to put a couple of these in here. Now I might to put one right there, actually leaning against the tree. Let's see if we can do this. I'm just going to come in like that. Okay. Actually, I got lucky. I like how that looks. Okay, yeah. I'm going to put another bit of fallen tree in. Just going to run that right there. I'm going to try and get this. So it's a three-dimensional look. Just run this over here, and you can see that's the branch I just put in right here. I'm going to try and get a little tiny bush right here. And this time again, I'm going to put the glue on the tree itself just because it's pretty small. I want to see if I can just fit that in there. Just like that. Yeah, I think I'll put that one right there. I'm trying to get this one positioned. That might be a little challenging, but I'm gonna give this one a go. I'm try to get that right in there like that. Now let me just see if I can give you a little bit of a close-up here. You can see how things are looking here. So you see it's getting pretty messy in there. This is the one that I just put in right there. Okay, so we're gonna now put some moss at the bottom of the trees. See where the glue is showing. Sorry. Sorry about the camera, but I just got to get it realigned so you can see what we're doing. So right there, that just looking for a little bit of fine ballast that I'm going to put around those trees. And I'm going to use cold glue this time. I'm not going to use the hot glue. And we're just going to run some cold glue around the bases of these trees, and then put a little bit of some fine foliage there, just because at the bottom of the trees usually there's some kind of moss or a buildup of some kind of dirt or you know, humus type stuff that's built up. So I'm going to go get that and just pause this for now, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. I'm just using this hobby clear glue and a toothpick, or a cotton bud, sorry. I've dipped the cotton bud now. I'm just going around here a little bit. And you can go up the tree a little bit too, because sometimes that moss will go up. And I just got some very fine, sandy colored moss, which I'm just gonna move around a little bit, Q-tip. And then we're going to take a little bit of green, and we're just going to put that in there just to take away some of that harshness. And you can get some up the tree like that. Okay, so we're just going to go and do that with all the trees, or as many as I can reach anyway. And we'll get that effect of the moss going up the trees a little bit. Looks pretty good. Okay, so we're just going to go do some of that stuff around all the trunks, and I'll come back and show you how things look at that point. Okay, stay with us. Planting trees, man. Okay, I'm back. Just gonna give you a sort of a panoramic view here, different angles. Oh, that's starting to look. I'll give you the overview first, and then we'll go in and we'll zoom in. Now I've covered in the bottoms of these trees so that they don't look, so you can't see the glue. Anywhere you had glue that you could see from that hot glen, I've just put the cold glue on it and put a little bit of foliage on it. And I'm going to try and get in real close now, so you can have a look at how that looks. So you can see, starting to look pretty darn good, even in real life when I'm close up here. So we're just going to continue that with these same techniques all the way across. I will put a few trees on those little ledges there too. It's just small ones. And so I think this video is getting a bit long, so I think we're gonna call this one. And when I have more trees up, I'll run another episode and show you how it looks. Okay? Give me some comments on this. Tell me what you think. You know, obviously it's not finished yet, but I think we're getting a pretty good start here. getting the trees in and the foliage on the ground. So it's starting to look pretty real. All right, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like. So subscribe to the channel, like the channel. When you like the channel, it gets YouTube all excited, and it starts to the logarithm starts to spread it out more, so other people will see it that wouldn't normally see it. So we want to get those likes in there if we could, and leave some comments. I love the comments. Try to answer them all, and I'll be back with another episode soon.